Well, it took about 6 months and 2 audits, but Idaho's constitutional officers are confidently calling the Empowering Parents Grant Program a success. The program was designed to confront learning loss through the COVID-19 pandemic, but it does continue today. And it grants up to $3,000 for a family to buy school supplies, and only those things that would help improve a child's education. Well, if you recall last summer, an internal audit found parents spent that money on stuff that really wouldn't be considered educational, to the tune of $180,000. Another audit was done, this time by an external entity, and they concluded last month, well, that amount of money misused was only about $40,000, which is quite a bit of discrepancy, isn't it? Well, the audits apparently accounted by different rules, but the bottom line, the state says $40,000 out of $40 million, that's close enough.
It started as a tangible solution to an otherwise overlooked problem.
Besides keeping the people of Idaho safe, learning loss was top of my mind.
COVID clipped classroom hours, opportunities, and lesson plans. The state made time and place policies in a time and place of uncertainty.
You know, our kids in Idaho were out of school probably less than...
For sure less than any other state.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean Idaho students didn't need extra help, and that their families didn't need assistance.
There aren't many programs available nationwide that look like this.
The Empowering Parents Grant grew out of the pandemic, awarding eligible families $1,000 per student for educational supplies. Families are prioritized based on income and capped at $3,000.
The grants have been used to purchase things like tutoring, computers, other technological devices, to help with educational needs outside of the classroom.
But the State Board of Education says those grants were also used for clothing, TVs, smartwatches, and household cleaning supplies. The discovery led to a pair of audits. The State Board of Education found $180,000 worth of questions, while an external audit found enough answers to reduce that to $40,000. It's roughly 0.1% of the total $40 million rollout.
I was very pleased. Where I came from, 99.99 is an A.
The discrepancy between the two audits stems partially from a change in the program. Over time, the state expanded its scope.
But it all came down to how do we make this program more accessible for families.
The expansion included PE equipment and practical items like backpacks. And as written on the internal audit, the purchases in the newly approved categories would be considered eligible retroactively.
We recognize and through this program can honor that parents are the experts on their kids.
The program granted 60,000 transactions in total.
Advisory.
More than 80% of purchases didn't raise concern to warrant a second look.
This helps a lot with homeschooling, so it just goes back to kids are different. We need to give them lots of options.
The program's currently in its second year, and funding is currently open.
We were filling a gap.
Providing real dollars to ideally get real results.
This is just one more tool in the toolbox to make sure that every child has the maximum possible opportunity to succeed in life, and this is a great step in that direction.
The initial internal audit from the summer of 2023 says once an ineligible purchase is determined, the state and the vendor, that vendor's called Odyssey, will then move to reverse the purchase and reimburse the state. And some of those purchases, Brian, are actually pretty funny.
Okay.
I printed off a few of them.
All right.
Somebody spent $45 on lion portraits.
Like pictures of lions.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's portraits, it's plural, so I'm assuming there's more than one. Video subscriptions, I don't know if that's like Netflix or something, it's a little vague there, but these are $175 charges.
Okay.
Somebody bought a band for their Apple Watch. They said that doesn't count. Balloon stuffing, and balloons to be stuffed with that balloon stuffing.
I didn't know
I don't
you
know
could
what
stuff
balloon
balloons.
stuffing is.
Gender reveals, maybe? I don't know.
Somebody was getting Legos, liquid floor tiles, which I guess is like a toy, like the kids can play on it. It changes colors. And then this is the best one.
All right.
Multiple pages of skateboarding lessons.
Really?
The charges range, there's 44 instances of skateboarding lessons. Those charges range from $10 up to $1,000. So there's a skateboard teacher out there that's potentially got to reimburse the state a lot of money.
And a kid who's probably pretty good at it. I mean, that's PE right there, right? Physical education.
That's probably the argument. I don't think it qualifies, though.
All right. Well, all right. Thanks, Andrew, for looking into that. I really appreciate it.